Hello, internet friends. Somebody asked me to do a 2020 prediction. Now, if you think I'm wrong, please be gentle when you lambaste me. And it would be kind of fun to see how this ages. All right, so let's talk about white people. So white people are going to continue to break away from the brainwashing, break away from the thought that civic nationalism is a good thing. They're going to seek out people like us. And I see people like us making ourselves more and more visible as we bring more members into our fold. The people who are obsessed with CNN and the gossiping and the pain. I mean, anybody who can watch that without feeling physical pain, there's something seriously wrong with them, and we definitely don't want them on our side. We do not see them as a threat. I see them more of as an annoyance than anything else. So we're going to see a lot more people, see white people become more and more tribal. They're going to give up the thought of civic nationalism, even though they may know people. See, the thing about civic nationalists is they know a couple of people who are non-whites, and they think that every non-white is like that person, and that's not true. And if you come across somebody who has a mindset like that, you have to tell them, well, yeah, you can have a friend who's non-white, but you can't have loyalty to the other side and harm your side. So I see people giving up relationships with non-whites. If they have a few non-white relationships, I see people who have relatives who are non-whites, like children who are mixed or whatever. They're going to have the hardest time not being civic nationalists, because they think that they're not being loyal to their children, when in fact their mixed children are still white, unless, mixed children can go either way, but if you raise your mixed child to be a white person, then your mixed child is a white person. That's just the way that goes. It's a very black and white world that we're in right now. So pick a side and run with that. So I'm going to see a lot more people just moving away from civic nationalism. We're going to go more into ethnic nationalism. I see the government cracking down on white nationalism. Ooh, I see them just going bonkers and actually writing not this nuanced, you can't discriminate against this whole list of people who are, not white, not straight, but I see them making specific anti-white legislation in the year of 2020. I just really see it happening. And if Trump doesn't get elected, it will go crazy. By 2021, we will definitely see, and specifically anti-white legislation. What else here? So we have this rally coming up in Virginia, and if you've seen SB 64, SB stands for, I think, I forgot, but B stands for bill, Senate bill. I think that's what that means. And that's been pre-filed. Well, anything that's been pre-filed before a brand new Democratic elected group of people gets sworn in, that was has been predetermined and just been waiting around to be filed for a very long time. So if you check out that bill, you'll see that it's pretty nefarious, and they're going to try to push that through, and a lot of people are going to resist. And I find it very refreshing that Americans are coming together over this. Before, when California first started having the communists come in and take over, it seemed like the rest of the U.S. just said, you're just a bunch of dumb Californians. You deserved it. You let shitholders into your state. You voted yourself that way. And then Oregon, and then Washington, and nobody seemed to really care about us out here on the West Coast. But once Virginia got this bill presented, it's like the whole United States came up into arms. And there's a lot of people that still don't know about what's going on in Virginia. So I'm not sure how many people are going to find out before January 20th, but this specific rally, I see, I predict that there will be gunfire. The news will say active shooter. It will be smeared all over the media. I don't know if Antifa is going to be there. I don't think so. Unless somebody else has some different information on that. I haven't seen anything that Proud Boys or Oath Keepers are going to be there to maintain the peace. I've been to rallies with Antifa, Proud Boys, and Oath Keepers, whatever, and if they're there, they're going to keep everybody safe. That's what they do, and they're pretty awesome at it. You know, I was at a rally with Antifa, and Antifa was throwing used tampons. Can you believe that? At the police and at the folks on the right. Oh, what are we calling ourselves, by the way? What's the name of our group? I need some suggestions. I don't like the winning right. I think that's just dumb. I don't want to be on the right. Or unless I can be, it's right to be white. That sounds pretty good. But anyway, I see this rally in Virginia turning into a big giant mess, which is going to be good for us, but bad for it might look bad on the media. There might be anti-white legislation passed because of this incident, but I also see Northam stepping down, and I'm not sure if he's going to step down in 2020 because of this fiasco. And I'm not sure if anybody's filed any paperwork to force him to step down, because these anti-constitutional politicians, they're committing treason. I don't know if we're going to see treasonous politicians executed for treason. They really should be. I don't know why it's not happening. I think we're just a little bit too comfortable. I don't see any SHTF going on in the year 2020. I think that's probably going to be about 2023 or 24, probably closer to the end of Trump's second term, and I definitely see Trump getting reelected. I don't think that a lot of these shitholers, even though a lot of shitholers that have come into the country over the last 50 years can vote, I don't see them because they don't have a viable Democrat candidate to vote for. If they had somebody who was stronger than swing white voters, and the shitholers would be voting for that person. But I mean, who likes Biden? God, the guy's a freak show. Anyway, so Trump's going to definitely serve a second term. Let's see, the stock market. Stock market's not going to crash for at least another year, but I'm not an expert on that one. If you want more information about the stock market, check out Gregory Mannarino. He has some awesome predictions, and he talks about it. He does 2 videos a day about the stock market and the state of our economy. He's a wonderful guy. It can be a little bit exhausting, 2 videos a day. I can't believe he does that. It's just amazing. What else? I don't see us starting a war with anybody else, but once the stock market crashes and we don't get any supplies in the country for a while, we're going to start a war with somebody. It's like there's hardly anybody left to start a war with, since, we're at war in the Middle East, and I don't think we're going to go to war with anybody in Europe. Are we going to go to war with Russia? There's so many Russians in this country. I think that'd be a really bad idea. We might go to war with Russia, but I highly doubt it. Would we go to war with China? Maybe. Because, if the U.S. economy crashes, the Chinese economy is just so intricately tied to our economy that we're all just going to crash at the same time, or it's going to be like a domino effect. China has a lot of U.S.-based businesses, and after the baby formula scandals, and the food poisonings, whatever, Chinese people aren't buying Chinese products. They're buying stuff from America. All right, and then let's talk about shitholers. All right, shitholers have been here for a long time, 50 years-ish. And they're starting to dig in, and they're saying that they're from here. So we're going to have more tension with these people because they think that they belong here. They think that they're Americans. They're buying this horse shit. And the folks that who think that they should be here, the white people that think they should be here, we're going to lock horns with them. And but it's just going to get more and more uncomfortable. People who are from foreign countries are not going to feel comfortable living here anymore. We're going to make it very difficult for them, even though there will be more and more laws passed making it illegal for us to speak out against these foreigners in our homeland. So I see racial just more racial problems coming up, but I do see white people coming together more as a tribe, as a family, and I think it's going to be a good thing. We're going to win, you guys. It's just going to be a long, painful road. We just have a lot of things to weed out, but we're going to win. All right, internet friends, that is all the damage for today. I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with what I'm saying, and that's fine. I don't mind disagreement. Just be gentle in your disagreement with me so that we can grow from our disagreements rather than fight. I mean, it's kind of fun to fight, especially for me because I'm an empty nester and I don't have any children to chase around or yell at. All right, you guys, thanks so much for listening. I appreciate it. I look forward to your comments below.